Hello, everybody, and welcome to It's a Wild, 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 Wild Mount. Yeah, I got all the wilds in there. Okay, just checking. Uh, hello, my amazing players.
Hello.
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 All right, so yeah, we just very quick, few quick announcements, and then we will get started. So, first announcement is lots of behind the scenes changes are going on in anticipation of our anniversary, which is quickly coming up. I don't remember the exact date. I will probably get that this weekend, but if I remember correctly, the end of October will mark our year anniversary. So if you haven't already checked out our merch store, we still have some merch in there. We also have some new stuff that actually came that I was able to put up in the last couple of days. So we have these right now. What's in the merch store is the beautiful artwork done by Isaiah Roa from our Monster Hearts 2 game. There are additional things in the store that were unlocked due to support of other people buying stuff. So right now, that's brand new. We have some mugs. We have actual cases for phones, both Samsung and iPhone cases. We also have more t-shirts. We have hoodies, long sleeve t-shirts, and we were able to actually add multiple designs. So when we first started, I was only able to put like one character on each t-shirt. Now we have t-shirts and tank tops and things like that with multiple characters on it, and really good stuff. Like I was able to actually do a lot more stuff. So check out the new merch. It's another way to support us if you're unable to subscribe, but you like what we do and you want to try and support us. So check that out if you want to. But again, beautiful artwork by Isaiah Roa, and we have all that, and it's gonna be gone on our anniversary date. So there will be on our anniversary. There will be new merch in the store. Can't wait to show you what that's gonna be. Also, again, still slowly adding more things to the stream. You're going to see some new things. You're going to see some familiar things. Just kind of changing it, tweaking it, trying to make it better. But just keep an eye out for all those things. As a reminder, you can give inspirations out to both the players and myself. So just when you do so, please make sure you specify who you would like as far as the players are concerned, who's going to get inspiration. It could be an individual or it could be to the group. But you only get to do two a session. So choose wisely. And if you just want to fuck with the players, you can buy, get me some inspiration. That's cool. It's a little more expensive because, it's more expensive to fuck with the players. That's just the way it works. Yeah, and we also have a little werewolf in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. He's just a little thing that is there, again, adding more things to the stream, trying to basically make it more fun, more interactive, all that cool stuff. So please, when you get the chance, don't forget to give out inspirations, but also, see what the little dude is doing every now and then. If we're boring you, there's something wrong. So considering the way the players have been planning things out lately, I don't think you're going to be bored. So with that, and tomorrow, before I forget, tomorrow, last announcement, we have Friday Night Magic, as always, but today we actually had the release of the brand new set in Magic. Innistrad, the Midnight Hunt, which is actually all about werewolves and fighting werewolves and horror and Halloween and spooky stuff. So join us tomorrow as I start opening a shitload of packs. to see what cool cards I get. And hopefully some of those crazy bugs that I've had in the last 2 sessions will be gone, and we can actually play games that we're supposed to play. I've been really frustrated with it, but we'll hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get that all worked out and going. But with that, I think we are ready to go. So let's step back into the game. All right. So last we were together, the group was back in the tower. You had figured out somewhat the layout of the orphanage, of which you have to go talk with the matron that runs the orphanage, because there is a rather sizable debt to the gentleman that you are trying to acquire for him. But also, Jarina and Leah made some headway with the finding out information about the corrupt Crownsguard that seemingly is a thorn in the gentleman's side. So after scoping out the layout through both Rowan and Leah's perspectives, and Rowan freaking out some of the orphans, as one of the orphans seemingly, a nighttime habit of theirs is possibly to kind of kill rats. And so it's kind of staying up, waiting for something like that. And so Rowan kind of, sneak in and hit her, which broke her wild shape, which freaked them out, and alerted everybody in the building. But thankfully, nobody was caught, as she immediately wild shaped back and took off. But you all were able to get back into the tower. You, at this point, unless somebody would like to do something prior to the evening's rest, you can take an evening's rest, a long rest, get your respective hit points and spell slots and skills back. But now is the time for you to figure out your next steps, as you basically come to the end of the gentleman's list. You're trying to figure out other ways, things to do about this corrupt Crownsguard. Last time you didn't really settle on a plan of action, so now is the time to do so.
I think that what we should do, since we can't necessarily keep making plans based on, what ifs without actually, seeing the surroundings, know exactly where he's actually living, I think that we should do a recon kind of observation thing for one night before we start putting in plans.
We should totally stalk him.
Yeah, Rowan, just like that. Yeah,
like my ex-boyfriend. Yes.
Wait, you had boyfriends?
One or two.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I think that's a great idea. We need to investigate more, just so this way we have the information we need.
I think it should be a small group, though, not the entire party.
You think the whole group walking around town would draw attention?
Yeah.
Just a little.
I think the stealthiest of us should go.
That's not me.
Me neither.
I tried really hard. It didn't work. Even as a mouse, I can't seem to stealth. But if you need me to wild shape, I will. It's just, I just will probably still stand out.
what's the smallest thing you can wild shape into?
The rat.
And that's white, right? I mean, the only thing I can think of is to roll you around in the dirt a little bit.
Thank you. I could be that too. Leah, why are you meowing for?
You can just put them in the. We can just put you in a cold fireplace that still has ashes in it.
Can we?
Or, as a druid, and you would know this, you can wild shape and change the color of your fur to anything you'd like.
Can I?
Well,
I never tried that. I mean, I just transform, and I'm usually just what I am.
I mean, technically, if you would like Rowan to not be able to do that, you could do that.
Can she be like camo colored? Can she have like splotches of green and black and like war paint on her face?
Colors that you've seen in nature.
I've seen green in nature.
To a certain extent. If you would like to try, you could certainly try.
Okay. So usually when I wild shape, I have hints of indigo or blue on me. So was that not what I was supposed to be doing?
No, you can do that too.
Okay.
Blue is indigo is a color in nature. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not in fur in nature that I'm aware of. Okay. Except like on the blue-footed booby.
You could try anything you like.
I would go for either like dark brown or black.
All right. I could be rat colored because they're pretty dusky gray.
All right.
I mean, they're all colors, but for the basic plague carrying rat, I assume would be brown or gray.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you immediately go to plague carrying rat.
Well, I mean, what other kind of rats would be in this city?
Not necessarily plague carrying, but if that's where you'd like to kind of start and then go from there, that's fine.
Could I give someone the plague if I wanted to? That might be a good way to get rid of this guy. Wait for him to sleep and then a little rat bite.
Isn't that a spell?
I don't know.
I
think we're digressing here. I think,
The question,
I'll go with you guys, but I'll shrink down and fit in someone's pocket.
Yeah, because the question then becomes, does Rowan actually have the plague? Because
that is the question.
Right. It's probably, if anything at this moment, it is the question.
So I have to make sure I don't get fleas on me when I'm in mouse shape or rat shape, so I don't get the plague.
Ooh, I get to roll for fleas. Okay.
Oh God.
I know you didn't hear her, but she said, "Oh God."
Oh, we heard her.
We heard her.
Is the plague common knowledge?
I mean, illnesses happen. People get sick. I mean, there's lots of stuff in the world, just like in our world, that could get you sick, that could get you hampered, poisoned, hurt, killed, all that good stuff.
If we could cast plague on this guy, I think that would be the best thing.
But as I said, it becomes the question, does Rowan have the plague?
And then it also becomes the question, will he become contagious and spread it to everyone?
Right. And if Rowan has the plague, do we have the plague? How contagious is the plague?
Only if I lick your face.
Uh-huh.
So she falls on top of us as a whole.
The whole word horse did not come through, Leah.
So,
all right, so no plague right now. We don't need it spreading through the city.
Sounds like a cool idea.
So who's going to carry me in their pocket?
Sure,
I know
I'll do it.
Thank you. You're going to be careful with me, right? You're not going to trip and fall on me?
I mean, I have some pretty good balance, says the drunkard.
All right. Just don't drink too much. Just drink enough to be functional as you usually are.
Alrighty then, so what's the plan? Are we just investigating this guy?
Yeah, Jarina, what's the plan? Are we going to follow him to and from the tavern? What's going on?
Leah, you're an expert in being stealthy.
I think our best bets are to follow him from afar, keep an eye on him, follow him to the tavern, find out where he lives, try to get his patterns down so that if we do have to plant some evidence, we at least know what we're doing and where we're going. It's not going to be, spur of the moment. But I think this is something that should take a little more careful planning. And I think for tonight, maybe just two of us will go to the bar where he drinks and, see how he conducts himself.
Would you say that once we follow him to his house that somebody tiny and indiscreet should go inside and scope the area too? Inside his house?
Tiny and discreet, right? Not indiscreet?
Yeah, and discreet.
That might be something that we could do while we know he's somewhere else. This way, there's absolutely no chance of them getting caught.
What if he lives with someone?
Then that's something we need to know.
Yeah, especially before we go in.
Do we ever check Rowan for fleas after she turns back? Because,
I mean, she doesn't seem itchy, so... What time of day is it, DM?
Right now it's the morning. You're all just kind of like talking around breakfast at this point.
Is Leo with us, or is he?
He's already
He's
already shook his head disapprovingly, and if you recall, is pretty much set that he's going to have to break you out of prison.
I'm gonna try to avoid that.
Well, we have the entire day, so what do you guys want to do until we have to go scope this place out?
I don't know.
You want to go collect from that chick that runs the orphanage? I'm gonna have to wear a hat of disguise, though. I scooped those kids pretty good.
I think we should all be in disguise if we go there. We're a pretty distinguished group. Like, we stick out.
And it is the beginning of the day.
Somebody want to go get Leo so he can do that?
Well, didn't he give you that scroll?
He gave me the scroll for me to use when I'm at higher level, but if I use it, it's just a one-time use.
So maybe we should just save it until our last-minute decision of, going to the orphanage. I don't think we should do that now.
I mean, he'll probably do the spell on us again if we ask. He told me to only use it in an emergency.
Well, yes, but what I'm saying is it's the beginning of the day. I don't think shaking down the orphanage right now is a good idea.
Okay.
We could do that in the evening, maybe.
Don't we have other plans for the evening?
Yeah, two of us can scope.
Yeah, but the rest of us...
I don't think we should wait till nightfall to work on the orphanage.
No, but if I remember correctly, we were talking about waiting until we figure out the Crown's Guard situation before we finish up the last of the tasks.
Do you guys want to go to Pumat Sol and see if there's anything we can pick up?
I don't think there's anything Pumat Sol has.
He's pretty cleaned out.
pretty cleaned out and pretty expensive on everything else.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
recently only just stopped in for a few things, and he was running low on supplies.
Where was the store? Trying to think if there's a place where I can get some more magic spells.
Oh, Leah, do you still got the sword?
What?
So, the sword we got for Rowan when, you know, the goblin fucker?
Yeah, we gave it to her, didn't we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we
What are
did.
you guys
Captured.
talking about?
We were captured.
Yeah, you were captured, but I don't remember. Did you guys give me his sword? I don't remember that.
Wait, does no one actually remember?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rowan, you have a sword called Goblin Fucker.
And it's a decorative sword.
That's amazing. And did I just shove it in my portable hole? Maybe and forgot about it?
Maybe.
I mean, sometimes you just be shoving whatever you can in your portable holes, so...
Enough. I regretted it as soon as I said it.
Well, maybe you should just open it up and see if it's in there.
We have a plan, somewhat of a plan, to go after this Crown's Guard.
Yes.
We still don't have a plan for shaking down the orphanage.
That's true.
Which, if remember, if we fail, or rather, if they cannot pay, we have to be prepared to do something we don't want to. Remember that.
I think we'll look pretty, I don't know,
Crazy.
crazy enough to kill her. So if we look crazy enough to kill her, maybe she'll give in.
What if she doesn't have the money?
She'll have it. I guarantee something shady's going on over there.
Well, I don't like to function on guarantees. It's not very reliable. But I'm also more comfortable just swinging a sword, not working on diplomacy.
Well then, what are we going to be doing with the body if we do actually have to kill her? That's the other thing.
We have a portable hull.
We do.
Not worried about disposal.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind.
Of course, unless somebody doesn't want to get their portable hull dirty, but I mean, that would seem like the most reasonable approach.
We also
Horrible.
don't want to commit a murder in front of children and make them cry. Or cheer,
Right.
however the case may be.
Right. Children's
We don't need witnesses.
tears are my biggest concern.
Yeah, I can tell.
We don't have a good track record of being stealthy. So I still don't, so day or night, I can't see this one getting any easier. What if we just walk
Lots
in
of
acting
tiny
like
witnesses.
What if we just walk in acting like we want to adopt a bunch of children?
That never happens.
I mean, they are an orphanage. I'm sure some people come inquiring about adoption.
That place is a shithole. I don't see anybody going over there to adopt children.
I
It's
think we
got
should try.
one nice brand new sign, and everything else smells like cocky.
It's fair. What if we pretended that we were...
We're looking for your long-lost son, Squall. He was taken one night, and you tracked him to the city, so you thought you'd try all the orphanages.
Why not pretend that he's an inspector?
That'll put everybody on alert.
And
Which
they might
might-
even actually contact the inspectors that actually inspect to confirm that we're supposed to be there.
Considering how you said that place smells like cocky, I'm feeling they don't have a good reputation with any potential inspectors. I don't hate Phoebe's idea, as it might cause them to be on edge, and yet, what's the difference between us just walking in there, you know, and outright just demanding what we are there for? Quick and easy.
Lots of little witnesses.
So, they're just a bunch of orphans. Who's going to listen to their testimony?
And if our appearances are different, they'll be none the wiser.
Exactly.
You guys do have a point. I still don't feel right about doing it in front of the children. But, I mean, we have to do it at some point somehow. You think we can't lure her out? And if we did, it'd be on a public street filled with Crown's Guard.
You think those children aren't already tormented and potentially abused?
Yeah, probably.
They're not exactly living comfortable lives where their innocence might be shattered by a little shakedown.
Maybe we can pay them off.
Yeah, sure. I'll just let that one. Just gonna give them
A
a
few
gold
copper
each. Sure.
A gold each. What are you?
What's a copper gonna do for an orphan living in the field? Buy him a sandwich? You might as well just buy him out.
I guess if they have a gold, they can buy their own parents.
I'm just gonna continue eating.
Why don't we just adopt them all, okay, and put them to work somewhere outside of town? You know, we could turn them into little warriors.
Do you hear yourself?
This is why you don't get shit done.
I'm just saying, what's paying off a bunch of orphans in an infested place doing for us? I'm not worried about orphans snitching. Like, I don't. At this rate, I don't. You
don't think one's gonna run out the door and grab the first Crown's Guard they see and say, "Look, someone's got our matron at knife point and is demanding money."
If those if those orphans had any leverage in the first place, would they be succumb to living in a lifestyle of filth?
I didn't see bars on the doors. They could escape at any time.
So something is keeping them there, but I doubt.
Probably food.
I don't know any. Right. Okay. So food is.
It's not readily available if you're living on the street.
Why don't we bring food to the orphans and distract them while we shake down the
We
lady?
could bring them cookies.
Oh God, no.
Not from that bakery.
That's the last thing we need is these orphans to
Then
be
again,
cracked out.
That sounds like a great idea.
I was just about to say
that would
That's-
certainly distract
It would
them.
make them so suggestible and make them our best friends.
Why don't we
Still have
just
a box
give
of
one?
them.
Why don't we just give one to the matron?
She probably won't eat it. She'd probably be pissed off that we're there at all.
I mean, we could use her to tell us the truth about what's actually going on.
These
Let me
aren't
see.
exactly truth pastries.
Is Leopold watching
We-
us?
What was that, Galen?
I'm asking Chris, is Leopold watching us? Just
Make a perception check.
okay.
No, I'm loving all of this. This is classic D&D, right?
All
This
right,
is the reason we get together is shit like this, folks. So what'd
Are
you
you
get?
not entertained?
What'd you get, Galen?
19.
19. You look around, you don't see him. It's just y'all.
busy. I hope he doesn't put that bakery out of business, because that'll make the gentleman equally mad with us.
Did you tell him where it came from? Like the dust that it originally came from Pumat's soul?
No, I didn't. Who spoke to him about it? Jarina? No?
You and Galen spoke to him because he took the spell off of you.
That's right. He took the spell off of me. Maybe I did tell him where it came from. I didn't tell him it came. I didn't tell him it came from Pumat's soul, though.
Exactly, because you weren't there. You were still in the tower. So you and Galen actually don't know anything about Pumat's
Yeah, we
soul.
don't know where it originally came from. We just know it's some kind of, magic dust baked in the pastry.
So, what are we doing?
I think we're going to the orphanage and trying to get money out of the lady who runs it.
We can't use the disguise. Well,
We would need Leo to put the disguise on us.
which would still be our best bet, because otherwise we shouldn't be gallivanting around town in the open, because again, some of us stand out like a sore thumb. We also can't split the party up far anymore because, well, at least with the orphanage thing, we need to be, I'm assuming, seen attending this task together. So,
Jarina, Leopold likes you the most. Do you want to ask him? See if you can find him and ask him to put that spell on us? Oh, puppy.
Okay.
that's true.
Uncle Leo!
You
Does he not
hear
like
you
being
hear in the
called uncle?
you hear in the distance. What did I fucking tell you about calling me that?
Arcanist Leopold,
Yes.
can you put that disguise on us again, please? And I'll get you whatever you want.
Make a persuasion check, Truda.
I got a
It's gonna
7.
be bad.
You got a 7?
I got a 7. I rolled a 3.
You hear, nice try. I already got everything.
I tried.
You
Well, if I remember correctly, the spell lasts for 8 hours. So if we wait until later, we'll have enough time to utilize the disguise for the orphanage and the Crown's Guard recon.
After I
Okay.
wild shape, though, it's gonna fade. I assume.
I didn't think of that. But if you wild shape at the end of the night, when it's going to be gone anyway, it shouldn't matter.
Okay. And if we do get the disguise put on, can we be like slightly higher born, but still sort of blend into the crowd type people? Because we don't want the guides guarding the gate blocking us from getting back in.
True.
Do we not look like workers?
We looked like average human workers.
Yeah, last time. But
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we got yelled at basically, and so we stuck in their minds. So we don't want to be able to stick in their minds. We want to just look like we belong.
Yeah. Okay, so orphanage, then scoping out the Crown's Guard guy, because he doesn't start drinking until after his shift after dark, so...
Sounds good.
Do you want to just hang out in the tower for a little while before we go out?
Yeah, until we can re-ask Leopold if he could do that for us, or we could just use the scroll and then he could, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna recharge that scroll.
No, he's not. I would have to buy another one so I could learn the spell.
I know.
And it's-
Let's all learn how to knit.
It's a level 5 spell, so that I can't learn it right now anyway.
So you wouldn't be okay.
It would be a one-time use.
So wouldn't it be beneficial to use it when we absolutely need it rather than waiting for God's knows how many how much longer it's going to take to get to that level?
He told me to use it in emergency. I don't think this is an emergency.
This does not qualify. No. I'm gonna go get that sword out of the hole. Anybody need anything stashed away?
My what you call it is that it's not an easy spell to come by, and it's expensive. So
Is what you call it a spell?
no.
Confused, but okay.
Would be an interesting
He
thing.
didn't
I wonder what
outright say it,
does.
but he intimated that it was not an easy spell to come across.
All right.
Rowan, Rowan, I want to put Hope's stuff in our place.
In the chamber?
Yes, in the chamber of portableness.
The Chamber of Secrets? Wait, no, I think that's taken. I'll think of a good name, I promise. Okay, let's let's open this thing up, huh? So she takes out the little handkerchief and she spreads it out on the floor.
Portable room. How's that?
Doesn't roll off the tongue.
So you go to open up the portable hole. All right. It's easy enough. You've done it before. And it, after completely unfolding it, there's an audible popping sound. And you now have a 10-foot circumference diameter hole where you have various things.
I go in and I go get the sword.
Okay. I'm trying to remember because it was just a ceremonial sword. Like it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't magic or anything. It was just...
No, not at all. You got it at a very, very interesting price, and they were very surprised that anybody wanted it. But you got it at a normal price. Pretty
Okay.
much.
I dubbed Lee Goblin Fucker.
That's what they called it. It is the ugliest damn sword. It's just,
now we can spar
ugly.
properly, Galen. Come down here. Come on, bring that scimitar.
You have it. You didn't give it back to me.
That's right. Get down here.
All right. So for the next couple of hours, you can all do the various things that you'd like to do. If there's something specific, now's the time to let me know. However, if it's not very specific, we can just jump to a few hours. And start from there. Okay. Few hours.
I teach Galen how to use that stupid scimitar of his.
Okay. You're still trying. Galen, roll me a... This is going to be a straight intelligence check for me.
16.
16. You're getting the hang of it. Scimitar is a little awkward for you, considering, what your training has been up to this point. But you're getting there. You're getting the hang of it. Yeah, you just kind of continue your sparring session, and it's getting a little easier for you.
Yeah.
We haven't done this in a long time, so I understand the clumsiness.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Clumsiness.
Well, I mean, unless you're extra drunk today, I don't know.
I don't know. What are my drunk levels? And he just looks at a non-existent watch.
He's just looking at his wrist.
What are you looking at? Is that a freckle? What is that?
I think so. Yeah,
Do you have
whatever.
a drunk gauge somewhere embedded in your wrist that I can't see?
Sure. Whatever that meant.
Okay. So we stored Hope's things down here, and then we also I put the wand of healing or the staff of healing down here as well. That I acquired in one of our travels.
Okay. Are you taking it out?
No, I'm gonna store it in here.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wander around with all these staffs all the time. It's too much.
Now's the time. Yeah, now's the time to store whatever you need stored. All right. So a few hours go by. You're at the point where, at this point, it's probably about a little bit after lunch time. So anywhere between 12 and 1 in the afternoon. You go to Leopold, who is working in his lab. And he goes, yeah, what do you want?
That weird disguise spell that you did last time?
Again?
That's apparently what everyone else is saying.
All right. Get everybody gathered around. I'm just gonna do this one more time and that's it.
Thank you for your help.
We appreciate it.
All right, so you all gather up, and he just kind of looks at all of you.
Can we tell him that we want it to be? Can we be just like a little higher born so we look like we sort of blend in with the rest of the people here in this side of the spires?
He kind of looks at you and goes, yeah, sure. And he just kind of like stands there. He starts stroking his very, very long white beard, and he's like, okay. And he begins to kind of wave his fingers around. And again, it's very interesting as he's kind of like motioning. It looks like light trails wherever his fingertips move. This kind of purplish blue arcane energy. And as he finishes and flashes, his eyes flash. And you're all in these beautiful kind of like robes and clothing, like silks. But it's an illusion. Just draped kind of loosely over your forms. And some of you are a little shorter. Some of you are a little taller. You're all different types of humanoid. Galen, you are very much in the guise of a high elf. The same goes for Rowan and Phoebe. The rest of you seem to be humans, except for you, Jarina. Jarina, you look like a half elf. But you're all in you essentially look like yourselves, with the exception of Squall. Squall doesn't look like himself just with, with humanoid, with a human skin tone. Squall actually looks like this very, very large, burly looking human, with kind of like curly, dirty blonde hair. The curls are very oiled. He's wearing lots of like rings and jewelry around his neck. Squall definitely seems to be the more affluent of your group for some reason. But the rest of you do seem like you actually belong in the Tri-Spire area. You definitely are not going to turn heads as far as what are these poor peasants doing in this area. You definitely look like you belong there.
Wow,
All right.
thank you, Leopold.
Thank you, Leo.
Yeah, you got 8 hours. Use it well. Oh, and don't fuck with smart people.
What does that mean?
Most like really, really smart people, if you're messing with them for too long, they can maybe look through the disguise. Just be aware.
We'll do our best.
Yes, I mean, stupid people are great. Yeah, just be careful with smart people. Or people who pay way too much attention to things. Like, you definitely want those kind of folks.
Like children?
I don't know. I don't fuck with kids.
Well, that's good.
They're like dirty and shit. Yeah, you don't mess with kids,
Fair enough.
All right. Have fun. Bye. Just turns
Thank
around,
you.
goes back into the lab, slams the door shut. All right. So you're all making your way to where specifically?
The orphanage? I know, everyone's cringing.
Yeah, I'm like, look, you gotta rip that Band-Aid off at some point. Come on, like what's going on? Make a decision, damn it. Where are you going?
To the orphanage.
To the
orphanage.
Wow, that was so non-committal. It was
To
fantastic.
perform dastardly deeds.
Where are we going?
Say the word and I'll start slaughtering kids. At this point, I'm so over it.
I just look at Squall like, okay.
Dude, getting
This
pretty
is
dark.
not in my element. You guys are taking you again. I am a soldier. We're being far too delicate of every situation. I'm just.
You
giving
were a
something.
soldier who killed children?
I'm a soldier who would rather kill children than tiptoe around every solution. I don't want to kill children, but I wouldn't bat an eye if the price was high enough or my life was on the line. It is what it is. Can we please make our way to the next destination?
Yep, let's
before I
go.
kill-
Dude.
I
what
think
it is.
Squall should be the one in making the demands. He's
I
scary.
mean, he's the scariest looking one of us right now.
Looks at itself. I guess I don't.
To the orphanage.
Okay.
Let's go.
We don't have our weapons around, so I don't.
No, you are
they're
all
kind of hiding, right?
Yeah, you're still you
Yeah.
you
Right.
still all have what you were wearing. There's just now this disguise over you. So your swords are on you, or your various weapons are on you. But in your case, Squall, you can't see the sword on you. You just see the
Right.
illusion. So if you were to pull a sword, it would literally look like you're pulling a sword out of your hip.
Okay.
Which would be
Cool.
spooky in itself.
Well, if I have to pull my sword out, best be damned I use it. But so it's not. I'm not here for the scare factor. But all right, let's. Are we doing this? Are we all
Yeah,
going
we're
in?
doing this. We're on the way.
All right, we're going.
We're on our way.
All right.
Good.
So you leave the tower, and you begin making your way out of the Tri-Spires. As you're leaving,
Should we get the kids some cookies? All right, fine.
Just bring the addictive pastries at this rate. What? let's just give these kids a drug problem. Are we really gonna feel bad? Are we gonna follow up on these children after the fact? We have no idea what we're gonna be doing to these kids.
I'm sure the council, the city council, will take care of it. Let's just go
Do
do
we
our
plan on
job.
living here? Are we gonna pay taxes? Because
Let's
I'm ready to
go
just keep
do our
moving.
job.
You guys scare me.
We're just, unless we plan on living here, moving in, and really, getting in good graces with everybody here, we could leave tomorrow. We could leave tomorrow, but we're here doing jobs, and it's just, I feel like we're so far off our tasks at hand. It's getting me stressed out. Okay,
Did you want a pastry?
I'm not planning on killing anybody. Let's just go and do what we need to do.
Better be ready.
Phoebe,
to kill
same.
someone.
I don't want to kill her either.
Well, then we better
But
be
we
ready
can
to fight.
scare the hell out of her, though.
Okay.
All right. So, as you all leave the tower, and you're making your way out of the Tri-Spires, going to the orphanage, I need you all to make 2 rolls for me. First roll is a deception or performance check, your choice. And this is essentially how you are presenting yourselves in your illusory forms. Because that's just fun. I am curious to see how well you're all doing in your now kind of noble-ish forms.
So it's either deception or performance?
Yes, it's either performance or deception, your choice. All right. So, Jarina.
I got a 14.
14, okay. Rowan?
Is there any way I could use the group inspiration for
Yes.
this? Thank you. I got a nat 1, so I'm going to re-roll if that's okay.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Rowan, what'd you get?
5.
That's better than a nat 1.
It kind of is, yeah. Sarah, what'd you get?
I got a 14.
Okay, Squall.
12.
Leah.
I rolled an 11 and I'm rolling for deception, so that's plus 5, 16.
Okay. Phoebe.
20 not nat.
Okay, Galen.
The lucky number today is 16.
All right. And now, so as you are walking through, you're all generally kind of not used to kind of the attention that your group kind of has when walking through the streets. One, because you are a large group, and 2, because mostly people stare, and not usually for the right reasons. They stare because you're just a motley looking group of people. This time as you're walking, though, this is now the second roll I need you to all to make. Perception. Jarina, what'd you get?
14.
Okay. Rowan?
8.
All right. Sora?
8.
Okay. Squall?
Wait, hold on. I don't know what I rolled. Yeah, it's an 8.
Okay.
6.
Leah?
11 plus 8 is 19.
Okay. Phoebe?
16.
16. Galen?
8. Something shiny got in my eye.
Okay. So Rowan, Sora, Squall, and Galen. As you're walking, you're still kind of like, just weirdly like looking at your hands and the kind of like looking at this illusion. And as you keep looking at this illusion more intensely, now you're starting to see yourself through the illusion. It's almost like superimposed, almost like a very light, and it's a little distracting. So when you actually move your face away and look back, you can't see through the illusion unless you're concentrating really, really deep on it. So you're not really paying attention to your surroundings. You still got a little weirded out by this effect. But Jarina, Leah, and Phoebe, you are beginning to notice as you're walking that people are starting to kind of like very, very clearly make a path for your group. And if they are directly in your path, they're either very, very specifically getting out of your way, like crossing the street, or stepping to the side and waiting till you're walking past. Leah, you notice all of this, but additionally, only you notice that people are staring at Squall, and it's Squall getting this kind of attention rather than your whole group as a whole. People are seeing him walk and immediately like, whoa, and then just kind of moving out of the way. You actually also see a few Crown's Guard kind of like stand briefly at attention as they stare at Squall and wait till he walks by, and then they continue moving. They continue their patrol or whatever it is that they're doing.
I kind of whisper to Squall that everyone's taking notice of him.
More than usual?
A lot more than usual.
What the heck did Leopold do? That was not the whole point of the disguise, was so I wouldn't stand out in a crowd.
And now that Leah has pointed this out to you, Squall, you do see a few people just kind of like, morning, sir. Morning, sir. And then just kind of like, get out of your way immediately. Somewhat recognizing you.
Who did Leopold turn me into, or do people think I am? Because I guess this is good. This might work to our advantage, but I don't know if I worry that this might turn against us as well. Let's keep on, I guess.
Why don't we keep not to the main roads, but maybe to the side streets?
That might seem a little out of place, considering how much everybody's looking at him.
We might be able to use this to our advantage. Seems whatever person people assume I'm to be,
Well, it's definitely a person of power.
Which is why we might...
Could use it to our advantage.
Yeah,
More persuasive.
Let's just go with this. See where it takes us.
All right. So you continue to make your way to the orphanage without any incident, and as you continue to walk, and from the Tri-Spires to the orphanage, it's about maybe a 30 to 40 minute walk. And throughout this whole time, people are just getting out of your way. They're not looking at you directly, like in the eye when they notice you. They just kind of like take their, they acknowledge you and they just kind of bow their head and they kind of move away. And the Crown's Guard, again, now that Leah has pointed this out, you do notice a few of them as they see you just kind of like stand at attention, just, nod very seriously to you and then continue on their way as well. You eventually make it to the orphanage. You are standing wherever you'd like to be at this point, but the orphanage is maybe 50 to 60 feet ahead of you. What would you like to do?
Squall, I think you should be the first one to walk in.
Yeah, okay. I think let's all pile in, and leaving a couple to stand against the door, assuming we can.
Do you want me to be outside or you want me to be inside?
No, let's all pile inside.
Really? Okay. Are you sure about
I'll
that?
stand by the door inside.
Okay.
Yeah, I
There's
I
also,
noticed-
isn't there? There's probably a back door too.
yeah. Let's not let anybody on the outside see presence. So let's just all pile inside.
Okay, let's go.
All right. So as you walk in, you all
Should we have knocked? I mean, should we knock first?
Is this
Should-
door? Can we check to see if the door is it open? Is it Is it a business?
I don't want to sneak in. I just want to,
it
announce.
seems to be unlocked.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk in like it's a place of business and just assume that it's open to the public.
Yeah, it's open.
I agree.
Jarina?
Yes.
Wherever Squall is, I'm gonna be staying, like, sticking with him as much as possible.
Okay, sure. No problem.
I'll be behind, more behind him, looking around.
All right.
I would
Go ahead. What was that, Leah?
I would like to be in a position where if anybody gets into trouble, I could help them out
Sure.
while not being stuck inside.
Sure, no problem. So as you all walk in, the first thing you see, as you kind of, and again, these are these large double doors, and you kind of walk in. As you walk in, the doors very slowly like close on their own. And the first thing you see are two children, kind of in the hallway. One of them is playing what looks like jacks, and the other is just kind of sitting down on a chair, just kind of like swinging their legs back and forth. And as you kind of walk in, they see you, and the one on the chair jumps down. The one that's playing jacks just stops, and they both kind of rush up to your group, and together, almost in unison, they go, "Welcome to the White Willow Orphanage. How may we help you today?"
I'd like to speak to the one in charge, little one.
And they both look at, and you can see now it looks like a boy and a girl, and they look at you and go, "You'd like to speak with Mistress Dewcloud?"
Yes.
Oh, and you see the boy just kind of whisper into the little girl's ear, the one who just spoke to you. She, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then they both bow to you and go, "We'll go get her." And they go run into one of the doors immediately to your, as you walk in. It's going to be immediately to your right. Leah, you recognize the room that they run into to be, they actually, hold on a second, let me just take a look real quick so I'll make sure I'm getting this right. Sorry, give me 1 second. This is... Oh, actually, this was the room, Leah, that Lucy could not get into.
So it's the one that was sealed to the floor to the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay.
And they kind of run in. The door seems to be unlocked in this moment. And they both run in very quickly. And almost immediately, you see this elven woman in these very, very beautiful, like crushed velvet, deep maroon red, maroon robes. She kind of walks out of the room with the two children just kind of like behind her with their heads down. And her hair is kind of like up in a very, very tight bun. And her hair is almost the same color as the robes that she's wearing. But you can see like streaks of white throughout her hair as well. She also seems that she has this beautiful necklace, looks like a silver chain on that kind of goes under. and the robes themselves are completely all the way to the wrist, and the sleeves kind of hang slightly open. But right now she has her hands inside them, and she kind of walks out. And as she walks towards all of you, it's very odd. It's almost like she's kind of like she's walking very, very purposefully to all of you. And she makes a beeline right to you, Squall. And she kind of bows her head and she goes, "Deputy Richter, it is a pleasure to have you within my establishment. What can I do for you and your entourage this wonderful afternoon?" If you want to know, if you're not sure what that is, you can make a quick history check to see what a deputy Richter might be.
Okay, a quick history check.
The rest of you can do this too. If you are, and here's the thing, if you are proficient in history, it is a straight roll. If you are not proficient in history, this will be a disadvantage.
Do we have a group
Yes.
inspiration?
Use it.
Okay, because I have a straight roll on this because I am proficient.
Okay.
And I 13.
13. Okay. Anybody else? Galen?
I will.
Okay.
I'm not proficient. I had
I am.
disadvantage, and I got a 16.
Okay. Sarah, what'd you get?
11.
Okay. Anyone else?
I really dislike these die.
I'm proficient. Is that all right? Or
Yeah.
do I have to have
Straight roll then.
Phoebe?
21, not that.
Okay. Rowan?
A 6. I really don't like this digital dice tonight.
Yeah, you have no idea what a deputy Richter is. It sounds important. Jarina?
I know nothing too with a whopping 7.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a really important title. You don't have no idea what it means. Leah, are you trying to figure it out?
I have no history whatsoever.
Okay. No problem. All right.
DM,
Yes.
just so you know, you have 2 inspiration for yourself.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right. So, everyone except Leah, Rowan, and Jarina. The High Richter is essentially the High Judge of Zadash. There are also High Richters. There's a High Richter in Rexingtrum as well. But the High Richter is definitely is like the ranking judge within Zadash, just underneath the Lawmaster. And she called you Deputy Richter, which means you are probably one of the judges that works with the High Richter.
I wonder if Leopold was playing kind of a joke on us
Okay.
when
And
he
we
set
shouldn't
the disguises. No, this is out of game.
I was just going to ask if you're saying this out loud. All right. So that's what you know in this moment. And she's just standing there kind of waiting for your reply.
I'm going to be brief. Some information came across my desk just in the last 24 hours.
She looks back and forth as you say this, like almost like immediately. She goes, "Maybe we should probably move into my office for some privacy, not in front of the children."
Sure, let's do that.
My office won't fit your entire entourage, so possibly just you and I, or one other.
Deputy, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to accompany you.
And I'll nod towards Jarina and look at everybody else to kind of communicate that.
Okay.
I'll go.
All right, so Squall, Jarena, and Galen.
Sure, yeah, let's keep it at that. The rest of
Okay.
you stay here and play with the children.
I'd like to question children.
She looks at you a little odd, and she goes, "Very well, as you wish." And she moves down like one door. And as she opens it up, you can see that there's what looks like a desk, and like half of a door. Clearly someone is supposed to sit on the other side of this desk, and then the top of it is open. She kind of goes in, and you see her very, very, like, without any, problems. She just kind of slides the desk, and as you look, you can see that the desk itself seems to be on some kind of like swivel or hinge to allow someone to kind of like move the desk very easily, walk in, and then the desk gets put back into that area. Okay. And then as you look, it's not really a desk. It's like a plank of wood that rests at kind of like waist level. So someone could sit there and use it as a desk if they wanted to. And so she kind of like motions for all of you to go into the room. And as she does, she kind of closes both the top and bottom of the door. So you now have all privacy. So while team office is going in, I like to talk with a team playing with children, very quickly. So Leah already said that she would like to start questioning children, or talking with children. The little boy and little girl are still kind of standing outside, like standing right there, with their heads down, not looking at any of you.
Do I recognize any of these children as perhaps the child that crushed my tiny rat body?
Make it was very fast, and it was in the dark, and you did not have dark vision. So you can make an intelligence check at disadvantage to see if you could recall like features or anything of that nature.
When I wild shaped back, I did into my elf form, I did have night vision or dark vision.
It was very, very quick.
Yes, it was. Okay, yeah. So what is it? Investigation?
No, a straight intelligence check.
Intelligence?
At disadvantage.
Well, I'm always at disadvantage when it comes to intelligence, so let's see. Looks like a 5.
5. Okay, yeah, they don't look familiar. They're pretty tiny. You're not sure. But yeah, you're pretty sure. You know, if it's not these kids, they know the kid, and you'll get it out of them. It'll be fine. So as they're just kind of standing there, just kind of like heads down, not making eye contact with any of you whatsoever, what would you like to do in this moment? I know, Leah, you said that you want to start kind of interrogating kids.
Not interrogating, just talking to them.
Okay. So yeah, what would you like to do?
Oh, who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'd like to go over and offer the kids some candy that I carry with me everywhere.
Okay. You do. They kind of like very sheepishly kind of like look up at you for a moment, and as you hand it to them, they kind of put their hand out, they take it, they sniff it. The boy takes it, just lightly takes his tongue and touches it, and immediately in the mouth. The little girl looks at it, she looks at him, and then she takes hers and she puts it in her pocket.
And I take one out and eat it myself, and then sit down next to them.
Yeah, they haven't said anything. They're still kind of looking down. They seem very, very sheepish in this moment.
All right, I just want to start asking them simple questions like, how long have you been living here?
The little girl goes, I've been here about 8 months. And the boy's like, yeah, I've been here probably about a year and a month so far. Yeah.
Is it a nice place to live?
They kind of look at each other very briefly for a moment, and the boys, yeah, it's nice. I mean, we get 3 squares, and we've got a roof over our head, and you know, it could be worse. You know, be out on the street, or you know, they take us to the orphanage in Rexington, which I heard is really, really bad. So you know, it could be a lot worse. It's nice here. Yeah, the mistress, she treats us really, really well.
Can I check to see if they're lying or trying to deceive me?
Yeah, make an insight check.
$16 plus 2, 18.
18. These kids are lying through their teeth. The boy seems, what he just told you, seems like a very well rehearsed answer. And the little girl is purposely not saying anything and avoiding eye contact because she doesn't believe what she just said.
So I'm going to say to them, wow, that's great. I lived in an orphanage and it was horrible. They treated us terrible. We had to work, and the food they gave us, I wouldn't feed to an animal.
The little girl kind of looks up at you. She goes, "The food actually is not bad, but like how bad were you treated?"
Oh, they would beat us. We would work night and day. And you seem very well dressed. We wore rags.
Yeah. And as you look at them, they're not well dressed, but their clothes aren't like ripped up and have holes in them. They're peasant clothing, for lack of a better term. And they kind of look at each other again, like out of the corner of their eyes, and just kind of look at you. And the little girl's like, "Well, I mean, as long as we behave, we there's no punishments. But if we get uppity or do something out of turn that mistress doesn't like, you gotta follow the rules. And, if you don't, there's consequences, And the little boy just kind of like elbows her really quick. He's, no. And she just kind of quiets down really quick.
Oh, I understand that. There's always so many rules and they're so easy to break.
And you see a little smile on the girl's face. And the boy's like, just kind of like telling her to shut up. And she just stops smiling really quickly.
I give them each another candy and then sit down and then eat another one myself.
Okay. As you sit, they look at you a little oddly. They take the candy and they both like, thank you. Little boy pops it in his mouth again. Little girl takes it and she kind of puts it in her pocket. So, are you adopting anyone?
Well, that's up to our boss, you see. If it's such a nice place, why would you want to leave?
They both kind of look at each other, and the boy goes, "I would really like to have a mom and dad. Just that nice people. In my own room that I'm not sharing with like a lot of people. I'm really, really like I could be real quiet. And I love dogs. I really love dogs. And I used to have one before I came here, but if you don't have a dog, it's fine. But I could be real quiet. I don't make a lot of noise. I clean up after myself. I'm not a problem. I'm not a problem."
Now Leah's starting to feel really bad for these kids, and she senses that there's something up.
Yeah, the little girl's like kind of looking at you. And she, hold on a second. She's now looking at you very intently, Leah. And she kind of raises an eyebrow. And she goes, I really like cats.
That's very good to know.
And now she is just staring intently at you. She's got like a little smile on her face, but that's all she's doing is just staring at you with a little smile on her face. Is there anything anybody else would like to do in this moment?
I would like to keep an eye on the door and maybe peek out the front door every now and then to make sure the coast is clear. And I want to tell Galen to surreptitiously listen at the door that Squall just went through.
Look, Galen's
with us.
Galen's inside.
Oh, I'm sorry. Galen's in. Who else is here with me then?
It's
Sora,
Phoebe, and Leah.
Somebody listen at that door, please.
I'll go.
And then I just keep peeking out the front door.
All right.
And a motorcycle just went by.
Yeah. So Rowan, make a both you and Phoebe make perception checks for me, please. Rowan, what'd you get?
My only good roll. It's a 27.
Okay. Phoebe, what'd you get?
20, not.
Okay. So Rowan, you notice something interesting as you go to the double doors that you just came in. As you kind of open the door slightly, you now can hear like the sounds of Zadash, right? Like the people walking through, the carts going by. And you realize that when that door was closed, there was almost no noise whatsoever. You couldn't hear the street. You couldn't hear the noises of Zadash. And you kind of move back and you kind of close the door slightly. And you can very slightly hear the sounds muffled through the door. But the minute you open the door, it's like you're out on the street. It's very, very weird.
And I think to myself, but I don't say this out loud, that fucking bitch has soundproofing on this place.
Okay. Phoebe, with that roll, you most likely hear pretty much everything that's going on in that office. Hold on a second. All right. Sarah, is there anything that you would like to be doing in this moment?
I'm just watching the door and staying quiet.
Okay. All right. Leah, before we move on to team office, is there anything else that you would like to talk with these kids about?
No, I'm just gonna sit there.
Okay. Team office. As you walk into this office, the door is closed now. You watch as she kind of sits down in a chair, and there are two other chairs, so one of you will have to stand. But she does motion for you, Squall, to sit. And whoever would like to stand and sit, that you can fight it out amongst yourselves.
I'll stand.
Okay. And the office is not very large. Like there's a bookshelf, there's some books on there, there's some papers, kind of like on some of the shelving. But it looks like a pretty well kept office. And she goes, "So, Deputy Richter, what graces my wonderful orphanage with your presence here? What can I do for you?"
Well, I wouldn't usually make these kinds of visits, but, well, these two are just a couple of, messengers, and, they're accompanying me to see forth some business that, I'd rather not be handling myself.
I see.
I'm sure you know of the gentleman.
She kind of looks at you for a moment. She goes, to which gentleman would you be referring to? I know a number of gentlemen.
The gentleman by no other name. Not a very not very lawful sort. He's got some well, he's put me in a predicament. See, he has some blackmail on me, so I have to take on this task to get him out of my hair. And it seems you have some business with him. A large purse worth of business that he's asked me to collect on his behalf.
So she's just kind of sitting there, and she has her legs crossed, and she has both her hands on the top of her knee. And as you're continuing to talk, she is starting to shift a little bit uncomfortably. I need you to make a deception check for me, please.
Oh my god. 3.
There is another group.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yes.
13.
13. All right. Well, I'm going to roll. Hold on a second. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Uh-huh.
She looks at you. She looks at you, and she shifts very, very uncomfortably. And she kind of like cracks her neck slightly. I see. You know, I had heard the rumors about you. How you're, double dealings and such. And, coin being passed under the table, as it were. I never thought it would actually catch up with someone of your stature. So, the gentleman, you say?
Mm-hmm.
And what, pray tell, does the gentleman believe I owe him?
Quite a sum. Almost 10,000 gold.
So, it's come to that, has it? So, considering your reputation, the gentleman must have something quite juicy on you for you to be sitting here in my office acting as a messenger for him.
Well, he's even put a threat upon my life, and whether he might not directly have a knife against my throat is leaning quite heavily on my back.
How would you feel about a counteroffer? I can assure your safety against such threats by the gentleman. And in exchange, not only will I pay you half of this perceived debt, but you make sure that any issues, legal or otherwise, that may turn its face towards myself or my distinguished operation kind of go away. What say you?
Whereas I don't doubt your capabilities. I don't know if I'm in a position to negotiate. He has made it very clear what I'd be expected to do if your business with him isn't upheld.
She kind of uncrosses her legs and recrosses them the other way, and then puts her hands back on top of her knee. I will say this. I've been trying to keep what some would call a very low profile in order not to gain attention, as it were. And the gentleman seriously underestimates me. In fact, he underestimates me so much that he does not realize that by pushing me in this manner, that not only could I take down his operation, but I could take his life as well. Now, that's not my intent. That's not something I would wish to do. However, considering that his attention is on me in this moment, it would probably be wise, again, for someone in your position to kind of stay out of the way, to hide, if you will, while this all plays out the way it needs to. And then, once again, I would be willing to pay you half of that sum, and then you and I could have a wonderful working relationship together. I think that's an excellent bargain. What say you?
Considering that I may not be alive to make such agreements with you after I leave here today, it's very hard for me to accept your generous offer. And your business with the gentleman is hardly something that I truly care about. But he seems to be very sure that he might have the jump. I'm not the one who will be pulling the trigger. I leave here today, and if I don't leave with his purse, well, that might be the last time we see each other.
You can see that she's getting very frustrated with this conversation. And she kind of looks down at her hands. And she goes, "So I take it that you're declining my very generous offer?"
Were I in a better position to negotiate, I'd be happy to accept. But unfortunately, I'm not left with much choice. I do hope you can forgive me personally for declining your offer.
She kind of nods momentarily. And Phoebe, you're hearing all of this through the door, right? And as she says, you say this, and she kind of nods. Very well, then I guess we must both do what needs to be done. And you watch Jarena, Squall, and Galen as her elven features begin to very, very quickly shift, and the skin gets pulled back over her very, very delicate cheekbones, and her face takes on an almost skeletal appearance. And her hair immediately kind of explodes from the bun that it's in and begins to almost kind of wave. And she screeches, "The taxman cometh!" And as she says this, Rowan, you're standing by the door. Immediately, you hear the door just go, and as you go to push it open, it won't open. You're all standing inside, and torches have been lit, throughout, to keep it light and inside where the windows aren't showing any light. immediately all the torches go out. And then you all begin to hear what sounds like the window shutters shutting throughout the whole building. Leah, the two kids in front of you look around and go, "Oh, fuck!" And they bolt immediately in the opposite direction. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Oh, hell
The
no.
suspense!
Hell being the operative word.
Finally, a fight.
Alrighty, so a lot going on here. So when we come back, I'm gonna need y'all to roll some initiative. You don't have to do that right now, but when we get back, you guys are gonna be rolling some initiative. And I want to thank everybody very quickly. We had a lot happen in the last 10 minutes or so. So thank you everybody for who just showed up. Thank you, Pet the Dragon, for the raid. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. That's amazing. Thank you. And Two to Your Head also. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate everybody who showed up. Welcome to D&D. We're about to take our break, but when we come back, these heroes will be going into a battle at an orphanage. So if you've ever wanted to see murder hobos in their element, slaughtering children, and destroying orphanages, this is the place to do it. However, we're going to take a very, very quick break. And when we get back, we will have the map, we will have all of the initiative, and we'll be in the middle of this great, great fight. God, I love D&D. God, I love D&D. All right. So we'll be right back, and stick with us. We promise we'll be right back, and it'll be worth the wait. we are back, everybody. So now that we are back, let's get some initiative rolled, folks. I set the mood. Alrighty.
That's when I want to fucking roll.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, Jarena, what'd you get?
5.
Galen.
23.
Okay. Leah.
20, not natural.
All right. Squall.
20.
Nice. Rowan.
10.
Okay. Phoebe.
16.
Okay. Sarah.
16.
16. All right. And let me roll for... Nice. Okay. Alrighty. So, can everybody see the map okay? Everybody's good with at the map? You see where you're all at?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So, you can see that the office is pretty small. Like, you're all just, like, really in there, tight in there. So, Team Office, as she begins to transform and slightly begin hovering, you can now see that her features, while still beautiful, are now a little skeletal. Her face is a pale white, and there are now these like red maroon tattoos kind of swirling around her forehead and coming down her temples. Her hair is just kind of floating in the air. There is no breeze whatsoever. And as she looks at all of you, she just kind of like looks at you specifically, Squall, as she goes,
"Oh, this is going to be so much fun."
And you just watch in this puff of smoke, she just vanishes. As she casts Misty Step.
Does my feet count? Because I do have Mage Slayer.
This is an innate ability.
Where did she go?
Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm gonna double check something really quick. And to see if that will actually work on her. Okay. That is her bonus action, and she didn't actually cast a spell. It's kind of an innate ability that she has. So you wouldn't actually be, and she didn't. You know what? Hold on a second. I want to check something real quick. I don't want to take this away from you, but I also want to make sure of something really quick. Sorry, folks. Want to make sure everybody's getting full use of all of the things they can do. It's technically a spell. So yeah, I will say that you're going to use your reaction. You can make a melee attack against her.
I'd like to try and like grapple her to try to see if I could like keep her here in a weird sense. In Galen's mind, he doesn't know if he's going to get teleported or if he's just going to try to keep her here. But he's going to try and grapple.
All right. Well, you have to decide because the reaction, it's just a reaction for a melee attack. So grapple is technically not a melee attack unless you have the feat grappler.
Okay, that makes more sense. All right, then I'll just attack her with my quarterstaff.
Okay, so roll for an attack.
This ain't gonna hit. I never hit with this feat. It's an 11.
11. Unfortunately, as you go to strike her, your hand just goes into this mist. And as you pull your hand back, you can feel like this sticky dampness of the mist on your hand. And as you're looking at it very closely, and it's pitch black in here. So with your dark vision, you can't tell what color it is. It's just kind of very, very dark. But it's like, it's still like the mist is kind of like still sticking to your hand. It's just very nasty and sticky.
Fuck! Ugh. And he starts wiping it off on his clothes.
All right. And so that was her bonus action. I will say Squall, Jarina, and Galen, please make perception checks at disadvantage. Squall, what'd you get?
I didn't see nothing, too.
Okay. Yeah, it's dark in here. Jarina.
Sorry, what was it again?
Perception at disadvantage.
I rolled a double 8, so it's just a 10.
Okay. Galen, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
Yeah. Jarina, it's dark in here, but just for a moment, out of the corner of your eye, there's like this little, like small dot of light. And as you kind of like look to where it is actually like in this corner right over here. You look and there's a hole, maybe about yay big, probably about like 2 or 3 inches wide. And as you're looking through it, there's a torchlight, and you can see, and it seems to be pretty far from where you're at. And then as you look, you see this blood red eye look back at you, wink at you, and then the light goes out.
If I have a moment, I want to tell Squall and Galen what I just saw.
There, you can tell them.
Right. I do so.
Okay. Alrighty. So that was her turn. Galen, it's now your turn.
Where was the hole again? I actually missed it.
It was right here at about eye level.
Does it look like a door?
No, it is just a hole that looks like it was bored into stone. So what do you want to do? Action of economy. You gotta make these things quick.
Yeah, I know. Shit. Wait. So where's the door we entered in? Is it this one right here?
No, it's right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of open the door and say, and pretty much tell that the bitch is out. She teleported somewhere, and we think she's like in this wall area. and
Oh.
that is my turn because it'll probably take a while for me to explain all that.
Well, you're not even out of the room yet, so you got to pull yourself out of the room to do that first.
Okay.
So put yourself where you want, where you're going to be.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Actually, you would have to be here because there's 4 squares. You can't be in
Oh.
the same square as everybody.
Oh, I see it. Boop, boop, boop,
Yep.
boop, boop. Okay. Yeah. So I do that. I just tell everybody what the fuck just happened, and
Okay.
she could be in this wall right there.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So, and it is pitch black in the hallway too. Like there's no torchlight. There's no light coming from any windows. There's no windows in this area anyway. And you can see Rowan fiddling with the door as it seems to be locked.
Okay.
Alrighty. Leah, it's now your turn.
Are we able to hear anything outside the door?
No.
We
Not
just
at
saw
all.
the children run like hell.
Yeah, they actually, one of them ran this way and the other one ran this way.
Did we see the windows shutter throughout the orphanage or just in the room?
You heard it. You didn't see it because you can't actually see any of the windows from where you're all standing.
Okay. I'd like to see if there's a way to get into the door. Can I see if there's a way to pick the lock?
This door right here?
The door into the office.
Oh, the door to the office the office they went into is here, and Galen just ran out of the door.
So it's open.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'd like to get into a position near the door and hold my action until something shows up to attack.
Okay. All right, so you can put yourself by the door. And you're holding your action. Okay. Squall. It is your turn.
Okay, dark hallway, right? There's a lot of darkness.
Yeah, the door is open now. Galen has opened it, ran out, and it's just as dark in the hallway as it is in this office.
I'm trying to see on this map here. Okay, so down maybe. I'm trying to
All right, so
using the map to try to see where I want to how to.
All right, so this is the door. This is the door right here to get out.
Right. Okay,
So-
that's the exit.
Yeah, this is how you get out of the office. This is how you got in. This is how you get out.
Okay. Okay. And south of my position is
There's this hallway. This was the hallway you
Yep.
all came in with. This is
Okay.
the door. This is the room that she came out of when the 2 children went in to get her. But it is now closed, and you have no idea what's going on outside. So what are you gonna do?
I kind of want to. I mean, I want to investigate the rest of this building. So I want to try to find her, right? Because we don't. All right, so we need to. So I don't know. That's a 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Now, is this? I'm gonna just put myself. Is this a doorway over here?
Why'd you move Galen?
Oh, because I thought that was me. Because he's blue. He's purple, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Okay, so I'm here. This is me, right?
Yeah. That's you.
Okay, and okay. So then.
No, that's not a door. That is a hallway that you have no idea what's around that corner.
And it's pitch black.
It's pitch black.
Can somebody
Aren't you
shine some
moving
light?
me?
I didn't move that. I don't know who's moving. I'm going to just say screw this disguise and whip out my sword and hold and attack action because now I'm on edge and I'm gonna scream at the top of my lungs. I'm tired of negotiating. I'm ready to do business with a sword, and somebody please give me some light because I can't see jack.
Okay. All right. Are you staying in the office or are you moving out of the office into the hall?
I'm gonna move out of the office.
Okay. Put yourself where you want to be.
Here, because
Okay.
feels good.
All right. You're all so like, oh my god, this is a fight. We haven't fought in so long. Oh, Jarena just got moved out of the office. Okay. All right. Just as a reminder, because it's been a while since you saw the minis. This is Rowan, because she was by the door, the front door. These are the double doors. This is Jarena. This is Phoebe, Leah, Sarah, Galen, and Squall. Okay. So Squall's outside. Alrighty. Phoebe, it's now your turn.
I'm going to hold.
You gonna what?
I think she said she was going to hold her action.
Yeah, before the map zoomed out on itself, because apparently the button I'm holding for my speaking zoomed it out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold my action with my bow and magical arrows until I see her.
Until you see her. Okay. So you're holding your action to attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, I have night vision.
Dark vision. Yeah, even if you have, again, just as a reminder, just because you have dark vision lets you see in grays and blacks. It still doesn't mean that you see everything, especially when there's absolutely no light. So it does give you a slight advantage, but it does not doesn't mean that you can still see as if you have normal vision. Just as a reminder. But you can see with your dark vision, Phoebe, you can see up to 60 feet ahead of you, and even at that range, it's more of a shape and a shadow than an actual defined person. Okay. Alrighty. So that's Phoebe's turn. Next up is Sora.
I'm gonna hold my action until I see a threat.
Okay.
I will, however, move up some.
Yeah, move yourself where you would like to go.
I think I'm gonna stay right there.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Next up is Rowan.
Rowan doesn't like this at all. Rowan's gonna go invisible and hold her action. Like, is invisibility an action or a bonus? I'm sorry.
That is it's your innate ability. So what does it say? Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what it says. Hold on.
Gotta know your stuff, folks. This is your stuff.
It's an action.
Okay. So that is your
action. And it requires a touch and
well, no, it's since it is your innate ability, you can only cast it once a day and you don't need any of the verbal, somatic, or material components for it. You can just do it.
Okay. And I'm gonna wait and until she does something crazy, because I know something crazy's coming.
Okay. Alrighty. Jarena.
I am going to follow Squall. And I'm gonna touch his sword, and cast light on it.
Okay. Your sword lights up. It's not like daylight, but it's as if it's a torchlight. So now your sword is lit up, Squall.
No, that's useful.
There you go, Squall.
And what is the radius of that light? I think it's like 20 feet, maybe?
Yes, it's 20 feet.
Okay. Alrighty. And do you want to do anything else?
No. I am, no. I don't have anything else I can do except just be ready.
Okay. All right.
I don't think Maya is with us, though.
Okay. All right. I was just making sure. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So, as you all clustered yourself together, Leah, you're probably the first one to see it, and then Squall. You see a little girl pop her head out around the corner. She moves back slightly. And on this side, you see another little boy. And they're both holding longbows. And they pull back, and they pull out an arrow out of a back quiver. And they both are taking aim at both you and Squall. So the first one, the little girl, she's aiming at Leah. And that's going to be a 14 to hit.
No, I have 16.
Okay. And it just right by your head. And then she pulls another arrow out and she takes another shot. Because they have multi-attack. Yeah, that's worse. That's 13. They both miss. The little boy is gonna do the same thing, but to Squall. So, first shot, it's an 11. I think that misses. And then he's gonna take another shot at you. That one's a 16. Does a 16 hit?
No.
All right, I'm gonna use my DM inspiration, and I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And that's worse. So it doesn't even matter. Okay. All right. So yeah, the arrows are flying by you, not making any purchase on either of you, and then the little girl moves back around the corner into the shadows, and so does the little boy.
They're reloading.
Okay. Galen, it is now your turn.
Aha.
Aha.
So, this right here is a door, right?
Uh-huh.
And in Galen's mind, this is where she probably went after Jarina's description. Right?
You're not sure. Yeah,
No,
but it's a good idea.
okay.
You're guessing at
Good
this
idea.
point, but yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I'm just going to try and open that door.
Okay.
Alright. I try opening the door. What happens?
Door's open.
I go inside the room.
Okay, you go inside the room. And there are many shelves in this room. And there are these small boxes. And as you're looking around the room, let me see. With the door open and Squall having the light on, yeah, you can just see that all of these boxes have names written on them. There's like these little, it looks like a piece of parchment that's kind of stuck on the top of each of these boxes, and then there's a name. And there are dozens of boxes in here. They're not very big. They're kind of small.
You know what? Just for the sake of time and curiosity, he's just going to attack a box and break one of them open.
Sure. Roll an attack against one of the boxes.
I don't like how you reacted to that.
Bad. Roll an attack against one of the boxes. What are you using? Your hand or your quarterstaff?
They're all pretty much the same. I'll just use my hand.
Okay.
Wow. So, what? So, I'm sure I hit, which is a 21.
Oh yeah, roll damage.
Yeah. So I did 8 damage.
Okay.
To a box.
All right. The first box in front of you, it explodes. As you punch into it, and it just breaks. It's not very strong. And as you do, a number of things fall out of the box. And just very brief, quick look, you can see what looks like little carved men. Just very, very crudely carved little men. There is like a ring. There is a necklace. And then what looks like a very small like locket that is not on a chain.
Oh boy. Real life me knows what probably what this is, but Galen is like, what is this shit? Why is it in here? But he is going to
Yeah, you still have movement.
Yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna get out of this room so that we're not all squished up in here.
Okay.
I'll stick to the wall here.
Okay. Alrighty.
And I think, yeah, I'm gonna do patient defense. I'm gonna use a key point and use patient defense.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Galen, that's your turn. Leah, it's your turn. Squall, you're on deck.
Other than those children, that nobody has attacked us yet?
Nope. Make a perception check for me.
$16 plus 8, 24.
You can hear multiple sets of footprints running around upstairs and on the first floor that you're on.
They sound like little kid footsteps.
You're not sure?
Is there any way that we had any inkling of whether they were really little kids or just something that looked like little kids?
That was my thought.
You would have to get closer and make an inspection, like either an insight check or an investigation check. But you'd have to have them up close to really determine that.
Okay, I think I'd like to move a little bit closer to where they were coming out of. I'm assuming that on the sides here are doors.
No, they're not doors. They're open. You remember this?
Always?
Yeah, you remember this because of Lucy seeing this. There are definitely hallways there.
Okay.
But they're not doors.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to take a position up by the stairs so that I can have some cover.
Okay.
And hold my action until something attacks us again. Hopefully
right.
It's not children.
All right, no problem. Squall, you're up.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw it out here. Anybody have a problem with kicking a kid's ass now? Suddenly I don't feel like such an asshole. Just for the record.
You're still an asshole.
Right, okay, well, see how paying off the children now works while they shoot more arrows into us or at us.
They're probably scared.
Or
Right.
the under mind control.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Don't kill them. Knock them out.
yeah, sure. I'm gonna just. I am going to move further up.
Okay.
20. And this is not a door?
No, that's a hallway.
That's a hall. Okay, so I want to go down the hallway with my sword out
Okay.
to light it up.
All right. So as you do, the hallway opens up, and you can actually see both ends. And you can see the little girl is standing at the doorway, just getting ready to knock another arrow, and she sees you. She's like,
Okay, well, I'm going to walk up to this little kid, and I'm going to... I'm going to make an... I'm going to strike it with the back of my hand as hard as possible.
okay, so this is an unarmed attack.
Right.
All right.
Okay. That's going to be... Okay, right here. A 9.
Yeah, as you go to swing, she just ducks, and just your swing goes wide.
I'll be right back.
Hold on. I'm trying to... Can I still get a...
That is an action. That is an action for your attack.
So can I get... I can still technically get a second attack, right? As with an unarmed attack?
No, it's a 2-weapon attack. And you just swung melee with your hand.
Well, wait a minute. I have extra attack. You can attack twice whenever you take action attack in this turn. Yeah, okay.
Then you can. Yeah.
I know. I haven't used it in a while. We've been so busy in the
Yeah.
All right. So then I, on the return, after the backhand, I'm gonna go with the forward.
Okay. Yeah. Are you like Sparta kicking her? Is that what you're doing? Like.
Sure. Yeah. It's still gonna be I'm trying to put this kid out. I'm pissed off now.
Okay. Like.
But
This is family.
Not trying to kill it. Just trying to strike it down.
Well, again, like an unarmed attack, like kicking is an unarmed attack, so that's fine. Yeah.
Good.
All right. So you roll an unarmed attack.
16.
Does hit.
Great. Bludgeoning damage. Is that? Did I do that right? Oh, it's just so it's
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no roll in there. It's just a standard 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
And as you hit her, she goes, "Ah, you fucker!"
You should submit. You if you knew it was good for you, you'd go run and hide. Just try something and it'll only hurt more.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right. That's a good turn. Okay.
I kicked the child. That's what the DM just said.
I didn't say kick the child. You said you were gonna kick the child. You said you're gonna hit the child. I made a suggestion. That's all I did.
You said it was good. You validated.
Don't put words in my mouth. All right, Phoebe. Phoebe, it's your turn. Sorry, you're up next.
Just so you're aware, the whole time in the comments, everyone's like, "Kick the baby! Don't kick the baby! Kick the baby!"
All right, Phoebe,
Anyway,
it's your turn. It's your turn.
Can I roll a perception check?
Specifically for what?
If I don't know, like sense anyone near me, that way for my next turn I can, like enemies.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. Like right now, the only ones that are near you are your companions, specifically Sora and Jarina at the moment. You don't see. You can definitely now start to hear like moving upstairs, and definitely like voices. That seem to be coming not only from upstairs but from this first floor as well. But that's it. You've all kind of like hunkered down in this hallway and haven't moved yet. So there's not much you can see here.
Okay. In that case, I am gonna rehold my action because nothing has popped up in front of me and perceived it as a threat yet.
You can still move. You have movement.
Okay, I will move.
You don't have to. I'm just saying. I mean, use the things that you have. Unless you don't want to. I'm not trying to force you.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, all things considered, if I'm next to 3 people, last thing I need is someone taking an arrow to the knee by mistake.
Alrighty. So, you're going to hold your action. Next up is Sora. Rowan, you're after Sora.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I had it up and then it went away. So for my action, I'm going to cast Blade Ward on myself. And that lasts for my turn.
All right. Blade Ward. What? Describe Blade Ward, please.
So I hold up my hand and trace a sigil of warding in the air. Until the end of my next turn, I have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks.
Okay. All right. So that was your action. What do you want to do with it now?
All right. I'm going to stay right there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All righty. Rowan, it is now your turn. Jarina, you're after Rowan.
Rowan's going to move down the hall by Squall and make sure he's not running any children through with his sword.
Okay. So put yourself where you want to be.
I'm going to need you to do that.
Okay. So your movement is 30, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
I had to check because sometimes it's 40 when I wild shape and I forgot which one it was.
No problem. No problem. All right. Yeah. So you move there. You can see Squall like kicking at something, but you can't see quite what it is yet. And you definitely cannot see down the other side of the hallway yet. But you can definitely see Squall holding the sword and kicking at something.
I can assume there are more armed children down the hallway, correct? Because that's where the other one went? Or did the other one go up those stairs?
You're not sure.
Oh, man. I just realized my mistake. Oh, well.
No problem.
I'm going to go up the stairs as stealthily as I can. Do I still have movement?
That was your full movement. You can dash as your action, which will give you another 30 feet.
I'm going to stay at the base of the stairs, and if I see more children emerge with bows, I'm going to cast Entangle on them.
Okay. So use your action to get to the base of the stairs. And yeah, that's it.
Okay.
All right, that's your turn. Jarina, is now your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna move 10. Wow, I keep doing that.
Why are there 2 of you? Why are there 3 of you? What are you doing?
So I think my alt is like also duplicating. So while I'm talking and trying to move myself, I think it's just duplicating myself.
Okay.
And there's just more of me. I'm just not gonna talk while I move. I'm gonna move.
Go ahead. 1 of me, 2 of me, 3 of me. Now there's 4 of me. Points for anybody who knows what that's from.
Okay, I'm done moving, and I'm just gonna hold an action until either something attacks me or something attacks Squall.
What are you holding?
I am holding my what is it? Wait, where are you? My tentacle rod.
Okay. What's the range on it?
I can direct each tentacle to attack a creature I can see within 15 feet of me.
Perfect. Is that attuned to you?
Yes, sir, it is.
Awesome.
From our exercise in the stadium.
All right, perfect. Okay. So the first thing that happens, because it is now the two kids' turns, the little girl who's being kicked by Squall pulls a short sword out of her belt and goes to attack Squall, which gives you your reaction, Jarina. So you get to do that first.
Okay, so each tentacle makes a melee attack roll with a +9 bonus. Okay. So do I roll 3 d20s at the same time and then add the +9?
Do it one at a time.
Okay.
So the first one is
A natural 1 + 9, which is 10.
and that one doesn't hit at all.
Gotcha, heard.
But I need you to because it is a nat 1. I need you to roll damage.
Um, 1d6. Okay. That is going to be a 4.
4. Squall, you take 4 damage as one of the tentacles smacks you in the back of the head.
Ow!
Sorry!
Ah!
I missed!
Great!
Alright, so the other 2 tentacles get an attack, right?
Yeah. So roll the next one.
Okay, the next one is a 16 + 9, so that's 25.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage on that.
That is a 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Yeah, this one whips by your head, Squall, and just whack right into this girl's face.
Okay, and then the last one is a 13 + 9, so that's 22.
That definitely
hit.
hits. Yeah.
And that is 1 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, it hits her. This time she ducks out of the way, but she does take it like on the side of her head, and you can now see that she's getting this huge welt where she got hit on the face and the head. But she's still continuing her attack against Squall with her short sword. And so the first roll, because she gets multi-attack, is a 15. Does that hit?
Squall?
No, 15 does not hit.
Okay. And she will take another swing. And that is a 17 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. And you will take 7 piercing damage. As the short sword just kind of grazes off of your leg, like in between where the armor actually meets from your hip to your leg. And you can feel it bite into the side of your leg there. She goes, that's what you
regret that, you little shit.
That's what you fucking get for hitting me, you fucker!
You see? Innocent little kids, my.
All right. The next one is knocked his arrow, and he's going to shoot at the first thing he sees, which is Jarina. And he's going to take 2 shots at Jarina. The first one is... Wow, that was dirty. A 10 is not going to hit. You just... Arrow just flies by your head. And then the second arrow... that's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And you take...
DM, where is the second archer? I can't see him on the map.
You take 10 piercing damage. Well, you can't... Yeah, he's right there. And you can't actually see him where you're standing because you have this wall here, and he's wee.
Very wee.
Mm-hmm.
You said 10 piercing?
10 piercing damage as the arrow hits.
Got
you.
it.
Alrighty. Galen, it's now your turn.
He is not very comfortable just kicking a kid, so he's gonna just frantically look for this this bitch. So just give me a second.
All right. So, Squalage Arena, just for your edification, there is a door here, and there is a door here.
Got it.
I'm gonna open the door right here.
Okay. The door is open.
What do I see?
All right. As you make your way into, let me pop that open for you. It looks like a bedroom. There are 3 beds in here. One is larger than the others. There's also a fireplace. There is what looks like a desk and a chair with some writing papers and utensils. Make a perception check for me, please.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, just double checking how many feet I made.
Okay.
And this is straight, no disadvantages?
For you, no.
All right, 22.
22. There seems to be 2 carpets in this room. One is underneath one of the chairs at the far end of the room. But then there is a wrinkled up like carpet, like it's not even flat. It's just kind of like in the middle of the room, kind of bunched up, just like somebody threw it on the floor. You look up, and there is a hole in the ceiling leading up to the 2nd floor.
Oh, somebody. Oh, okay. I think I know why there's a carpet there.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. How many did I move again? 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. All right, so I can move only 10 more feet. But if I move any more, it would be a dash action. Looking wasn't an action, right? Perception?
Yeah, that was your action.
Okay. No, I'm good. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
You gonna stay where you're at? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. So that is Galen's turn. Leah, it's your turn. Squall, you're up after Leah.
So I'd like to move forward toward the opening of the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start yelling at this kid to knock it off.
Okay. To which kid?
Can you see where I moved yet?
Yeah.
Okay. We're here to help you.
Stop
attacking us.
Fuck you!
Yeah, fuck us. You help us get rid of the old bitch and we'll make sure that you're well taken care of.
He's still knocking an arrow.
I do not want to kill a kid. I'm gonna look real quick to see what I can do that's non-lethal.
Okay. I mean, you can always say with an attack that I don't want the attack to kill if that's what you want to do. So, but you have to make sure before you roll the attack you specify that. Otherwise, it will be an attack, a regular attack.
Do I have enough movement to go up and smack him?
You were here, the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get, let me see. 20, 25. Yeah, you can get right here, which will put you in melee with him.
I don't want to smack up children. All right, so I'm just going to whisper to Lucy. Lucy, stay invisible and go take that bow and arrow from that kid before he hurts himself.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so Lucy comes out of your pouch in mouse form. And then blinks out. And you get the feeling that Lucy is probably on the way to do what you asked to do, but you can't see Lucy. Lucy's invisible. All right. Anything else?
Lucy's a bonus action, so I'm going to hold my action in case this kid tries to shoot me.
Okay.
And my action would be to throw a dagger at him with the butt end so that I can't kill him.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Squall, it is now your turn.
This kid's still standing?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I try for a disarm?
That is actually a specific a skill.
Okay. So then I'm going to try another unarmed strike
Okay.
combo straight.
All right. She looks pretty bloodied, just letting you know.
9.
9 does not hit. She dodges that.
All right, I'm gonna go for a second attack here with the unarmed.
She just looks at you and she goes, "Oh, that armor's slowing you down, fat man."
Oh yeah, well how about this? And it was 17.
17 does hit.
And another 3 damage.
What strike are you? Are you kicking her again, or are you just punching her?
Yeah, but I'm not like full booting her. I'm just like going for like, just like a sweeping kick. I'm trying to not kill her, but I'm also a little irritated now because she cut me.
Yeah, you hear you kick her in the leg, and you hear a loud audible pop, and she goes, "Ah! Oh, you fuck!" Okay. She's still standing. But she
Last warning.
She definitely seems hurt.
I'm gonna then. You know what? I'm just gonna move away. I'm gonna kick her and just like. No, wait. Hold on a second.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little meta here, but do I not get flanking bonus?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, so you got So if you want to re-roll that first one, with advantage.
All right. I was like, wait.
Good call. Good call. No.
It's not often that we're coordinated enough. And then the first one turns into an 18. So
yeah. So go. Yeah. So roll damage.
All right, and again, just another swift kick to hopefully take her off her feet and get her to fucking learn her place.
How much damage was that?
It's still 3 damage because it's only
damage.
an arm strike. Yeah.
Yeah, you kick her and she goes to dodge, but the leg that you just did something to gets her off balance, and you actually kick her in the head. She's like, oh, she's still standing, but seems totally out of it. She's like, oh, her eyes are kind of like rolling in the back of her head. She's a mess right now, but she's still standing. All right.
Yeah, that was it.
That's it?
My turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Galen, as you're staring into this room and you're looking up at this hole in the ceiling, you watch as 3 figures jump down from the hole. Let me pull them up real quick. Hold on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. They are small, childlike almost, but they all jump down very silently. They see you standing in the doorway, and each of them is going to throw something at you. Okay. First one rolls. Wow. 12. I don't think that hits, right?
No, it does not.
Okay. The second one throws. That is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
You take 4 piercing damage as a dart just sticks in your chest. And then the third one is going to roll to hit you, and that is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
And that's going to be 6 piercing damage as another dart hits you. And they take different positions. This one actually jumps on the bed. They take different positions in the room, but all have line of sight to the door. And let's see, what else can I do? Oh. They move, and they each take 2 more attacks on you. They continue throwing darts. The first one, because they all have multi-attack. Miss with a 7. Wow, that was another journey. That's an 8. All right, so the first one throws 2 more darts. They go just whiz by your head. The second one throws 2 more at you. That is a 19 to hit.
Wait, I have the ability to spend a key point and catch bullets.
Yep. Well, in this case, darts.
Darts, yes.
All right, so I got to roll the damage to see if you can negate the damage.
Okay.
So that's going to be 6 piercing damage. You deflect missiles, which is not a key point. Deflect missiles is a skill.
Oh.
It's only a key point if you want to throw it back at him.
Okay, that's what I was confused with. Okay.
So how much damage do you mitigate in catching this?
I've never used it before, so
all right,
what do I
so
roll?
it's reduced, let's see, 1d10
plus 10. I see it now.
Yeah.
All right, just give me a second. 17.
Okay, yeah, you catch it and you negate the 6 damage, but he throws another dart at you.
Oh, again?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And this is a 23.
Can I just keep doing this, or is it just one reaction?
That's a reaction. You only have 1 reaction. So that's a 23 to hit. So with that one, you didn't take the 6, but with this one, this one is also 6. So you take 6 damage. And then the last one, he throws his last 2 darts at you. Oh, wait, nope, that. I have to roll to hit you first. Sorry. So that one is a 22 to hit. You take 4 piercing damage as another dart hits you in the chest. And then the last one is a 13, which I believe misses. And so, yeah. So that is the end of their attacks. But they stay in those positions, seemingly getting ready for another barrage of attacks on you, Galen. Phoebe, it is now your turn. Sora, you're after Phoebe.
I am going to move, and I'm still going to hold my action.
All right, so you're moving, and what action are you holding?
My bow and arrow, in case when someone shoots at me.
Okay. Where are you moving to?
I am going to move down from the hallway.
Well, go ahead. You can put yourself where you want to go.
Okay. Putting myself right there.
Well, you have line of sight to both of those kids, so if you want to take shots at them, you could. Just saying, you don't have to.
I'm gonna let Squall handle that.
Okay. Alrighty, so you're holding your action in case someone attacks you. Alright, Sarah, it is your turn.
How close do I have to be to do an insight check?
You have to be, I would say, with as dark as it is, depending on which one you're looking at. If you're trying to look at the one nearest to Squall, I'd probably say within 10 to 15 feet. If you're trying to look at the other one, right up in their face.
Do I see that this is a doorway here?
Where?
Like to my left?
This? Can't hear you.
I'm gonna move her for now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put her back, just to show.
Well, you can't see anybody yet in the hallways from where you're standing.
So I can't see that little one next to me right there?
No, because this is a wall.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if it was a door because it was indented.
Oh, no, it's a fireplace.
Okay. Even with my dark vision, which is 60 feet?
Yeah, even, like I said, the one, because Squall's sword is lit up like a torch, you can be within 15 feet of this kid to make an insight check, but this one is more in the dark, so it'll still look like a shadow. Okay, and what would you like to do?
I want to roll insight and see if these beings are really kids.
Okay, roll an insight check for me.
No, it was investigation. Can I do investigation?
It's an insight check.
Okay.
Investigation, you would have to be like grabbing this kid, looking her over.
And I know diddly squat. Unless I can use a group. I got a 5.
Go ahead. Because I want to kill these kids, and I don't know if they're not kids, I'm fine with it. If they are, I'm gonna have PTSD.
I got an 18.
18. As you're looking at this kid, and she looks really messed up. Like she's bleeding, she's got welts on her face, she's holding her leg, like her eyes are beginning to roll back. You're starting to notice a few things. There is this old scar on her face, and it definitely looks old, like it's been there for a number of years. As she's kind of like lolling back a little bit, you notice that she's got 3 gold teeth. And you can see a slight pointing to her ears. And she seems like a halfling. Does not seem like a child.
Hey guys, I think they're halflings. Have at it.
Yay!
Alrighty. So that's Sora's turn. Rowan, it's now your turn.
Okay.
Jarina, you're after Rowan.
I see. Hold on a second. All right, so I see Galen get all bloodied up, and I see Squall beating the shit out of this kid.
Mm-hmm. You sure do.
And I know
you didn't hear me yell out.
Yeah, I heard you, but before that, I see Galen getting his ass kicked, and I see this girl all bloodied up, and then I heard you say they're halflings, and I know I'm still in line of fire from the other halfling down, or the archer down the hall, but I know that Leah sent Lucy after it, so I'm gonna head over to where Galen is, and peek into that room, and how big is that room? The room that the three tiny ninjas are in.
You don't know. You have to get up to that room to see. Like you just see Galen in the doorway. All right. And the darts hit him. You have no idea what's in that room.
All right.
I could use some healing.
All right. So I'm still invisible. Mm-hmm. So I push Galen out of the doorway. And I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Can you reach me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's as far as you can get. Right there. And you would not be able to push him out of the way. Because you would need extra movement to do that, which you don't have. You can only just get up to him. You can definitely cast, you can definitely heal him, but in doing so will drop your invisibility.
Yeah, but I can put it back up again, right?
Nope, once a day.
Oh, I guess we're all fucked.
So what do you want to do?
I cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. As you do, your invisibility drops. But you heal Galen 4.
Take back 15.
Nice. That's a nice heal. All right. That's Rowan's turn. As you pop into existence, the little halfling girl in front of you doesn't seem to notice because she's in a lot of pain. Jarina, it is now your turn.
Okay. I shout out, somebody go help Leah in the other hallway. There's too many of us. And then I'm going to jump. Oh, I did it again. I'm going to move there, and I'm going to smack this halfling with my tentacle rod again.
Okay, go for it.
The 7 does not hit.
No, just over her head.
Okay,
And it's a little disconcerting. These like black tentacles, you know, as you will them to hit, they get, you know, just kind of like writhing, waiting for you to swing them.
12?
No, she dodges the second one.
13?
Just.
Oh, wait. I just realized I didn't add the 9 to it. So 12 plus 9 is 20.
That definitely hits. $13 was her AC.
She froze.
No.
I think their internet went.
Oh no. Oh. Wait. I think they're back. baby. No. No. I wanted to know how much she hit her for. The child beatings must continue until morale improves. She's still talking in chat, but they're not here.
Yeah, I mean, so she got a 16 the first time and a 21 the second.
Okay, I just need damage now. Now we're doing it through chat, folks.
Riveting.
Good stuff.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yes. Yes, we see you now. Yeah.
Cloak of invisibility has fallen.
DM, I forgot to add the 9 for all of those. So the first one was a 16, second was a 21, and the third one was a 22.
All right, roll damage on all of those.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem.
The first one is a 5 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Squall and Galen, you watch as these 3 tentacle rods whack like continuously into this kid's head. And you watch each hit, you hear a sickening crack, crack, crack. And at the last one, you watch as her forehead caves inward. Okay. And she just drops to the ground, blood streaming out of her nose, out of her ears, unmoving. She had 1 hit point.
Overkill!
Yeah. Okay, but that was a very successful. That was a successful turn.
I do have a bonus action though.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast a healing word on Galen.
Okay.
And that is going to be for 4 healing.
Nice.
All right. Nice. All right. Would be her turn, but she is DED dead.
DM.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but did we skip Lucy's turn? Because I was really interested in what Lucy was going to do.
No, we didn't skip Lucy's turn. Not yet.
Okay.
Okay. So that's actually, we're going to roll a contested grapple check. So Leah, I need you to roll a strength check for Lucy. Because Lucy is trying to grab the bow right now. Okay. Okay, what'd you get?
I got a straight 14.
14. Oh, okay. Yeah. This kid begins to get ready to knock. He's already knocked an arrow, begins to lift it, and you just watch like, and immediately you watch Lucy pop into existence because technically it's an attack, which negates invisibility. And this feels, the fuck is that? Drops the bow, pulls out the short sword, and takes 2 swings at Lucy. Okay. So, the first one is a 10. Does 10 hit Lucy?
Nope, 13.
Okay. And then the second swing, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
Okay.
And so Lucy will take 7 piercing damage.
Okay, Lucy's down.
Lucy disappears in a puff of smoke, and where Lucy was standing, there is a number of flowers in a pile. And the little kid's like, sheathes the sword, picks up the bow, and gets ready to kind of like ready an attack, but then runs into these two double doors over here and disappears into the next room. And as that happens, that is where we're going to call it for the evening.
Oh, shucks.
Damn it. I just wanted to play as Anakin Skywalker.
No.
Just slaughter.
There's
Hey, look.
too many of them.
This is a huge orphanage. You're going to have plenty of opportunity to kill lots of kids. Don't worry.
Or
Where's my lightsaber?
halflings. Kids.
So yeah, that was
You
good.
mean- Are they younglings or halflings?
You know, at least one of them was a halfling. At least one.
Remember your lessons. Observe.
That's why I did the insight check.
All right.
Leopold would be proud of you.
Yes. Yeah, because Phoebe had to again, schedules are beginning to change for folks, so we're not going to be running as long as we normally do, because I want to make sure everybody gets into the fight, everybody has their opportunity. So we're going to call it for the evening. That was great, guys. That
was fun.
That was good. It's not over yet. So I can't wait to see what happens next week. Because you got this whole floor, and then you got a whole other floor, and then you got these three little kids who just jump through a hole and just throwing shit at Galen.
I nearly died. I had like 17 hit points left. But now I'm back to like full HP, so I'm good.
Awesome.
It's all good.
That's
the
awesome.
The knives like Wolverine, just slowly
17 hit points. You weren't nearly dead.
From like 37?
He was nearly dead. It's different from mostly dead.
Yeah.
Really, really, truly dead.
Okay. So yeah, no, that was awesome game. Thank you everybody for joining us. Again, I wanted to do a quick couple of shout outs. Mama Shady, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Ty Dynamite. Ty, enjoy the sub. Pet the Dragon, once again, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate that. Oh, who did we lose? Oh, there we go.
It happened again. They've been having internet issues.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we finished.
I'm sorry. Can I give Pet the Dragon head pats?
only with consent. As long as Pet the Dragon is okay with it.
They requested it.
Okay, then yes. But yeah, thank you so much, Pet the Dragon, for the raid. Yeah, so appreciate it so much. Thank you. Two to your head. Thank you so much for the raid as well. We love you so much. We love all of you. We're losing everybody quick. So we're just gonna do a very quick. We're gonna end very quickly. Thank you everybody again for joining us. Thank you for being a part of this. We hope that you join us again next week to see what happens on Siege of the Orphanage, I guess. More kid killing, more D&D, classic D&D stuff. It's what you came here for. As we finish out, we're going to raid. We're going to go raid someone else. Please stand by for the raid. As always, we try to raid someone who not only needs support, but also has shown support as well, and a big part of our community. So remember, we love you very much. Thank you so much. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And we'll see you next time. Take care.